Hello guys and welcome back to Premier League predictions. Sophie, it is game week 7 now in the top flight of English football and it's the last one before another international break, for God's sake.
Come around so quickly.
Let's go out on a high. Set us a big like target.
4,700.
Ooh!
Quite big, yeah.
Yeah, quite like that. Let's do it. Make sure you have hit the like button and make sure you have subscribed. Thank you to everyone for all of your brilliant support so far this season. Keep it coming. And as always, make sure to play along. Get your Premier League predictions down in the comments. It's great to see what you guys have to say. If you agree with us or disagree with us, just let us know your predictions down there. The scores between myself and Sophie last time are there. We both didn't do that well, to be honest, and it is still quite close between us overall. At least I'm doing better in the Premier League than in the Championship. Sophie, just before we get into the Premier League predictions, we need to say a massive thank you to Match Bingo, our sponsors. Guys, Match Bingo is the best football bingo app out there, guys. It's great. You can play along with live Premier League games this weekend. Get yourself a bingo card and tick things off as you go along. Big cash prizes up for grabs, so like I say, make sure to get involved. And if you use my code MATTSB, you get a one-time 200% deposit bonus. Be gamble aware, 18s and overs only. Sophie, let's get into the Premier League predictions with AFC Bournemouth taking on Fulham, which is, they feel like brothers, don't they?
Yeah.
They came up from the Championship together, they've stayed up together, they've pushed
well together.
Yeah, they've pushed on together. In particular Bournemouth though, 2-2 against Leeds last time, wasn't their best performance, but they still managed to get something.
Yeah.
They take on Fulham, Sophie, who did take the lead at Villa and then fell apart.
Yeah, and no one's conceding that many goals against Villa at the moment.
Well, I wonder if that's Villa now getting their season started.
Well, I think so, yeah.
Obviously, Jimenez goes off after he'd scored for Fulham, so we hope he's all right. I do trust Fulham more at Craven Cottage, so I naturally make Bournemouth favourites.
Yeah.
But it does, am I remembering this right? It does feel like this game is always quite close, so I'm going to kick this off with a 1-1.
Okay, I am actually picking a winner, but I agree that the game's going to be close. Bournemouth will do it 2-1. I don't think they're going to be massively impressed with their performance against Leeds, but I mean, Leeds are unbeaten in how many games now, so it's not terrible either. Not great for Fulham to lose in that fashion against Aston Villa, especially when you take the lead so early on. But for me, Bournemouth are going to do it 2-1. 2-1
to the Cherries. Okay, do share your thoughts down below. It does feel like it will be a close one. Next up, Sophie, we go to Elland Road as Leeds United take on Tottenham Hotspur. Sophie, as you touched on, Leeds United with a good little unbeaten run at home. Really good at home, actually. If you look at their results so far this season, I think that could be the key to them staying up.
Home form, 100%.
It's definitely going to hurt, the fact they conceded so late against AFC Bournemouth. I thought they played quite well as well, and they're proving a lot of people wrong.
Yeah, they are.
Not me.
No, but you backed them to win, I backed them to draw, so in a way they proved me right.
Yeah, alright, whatever. I bet you were well smug when Bournemouth scored.
Yeah.
Tottenham, Sophie. Tottenham only managed a draw against Wolves last time.
They had to rescue a draw as well.
Yeah, they had to score a last-minute equaliser. Yeah. And coming into this, Tottenham are going away to Norway. They play Bodo Glimt, which is a very difficult journey and away ground to go to. I sense Leeds will get something, but I'm going to be conservative and maybe say a draw. But you're up first.
Okay, I'm feeling a draw as well. I don't want to go against Leeds with their current home form. I think maybe a win might be a bit of a stretch, but who knows, because Spurs should be fairly tired coming into this. Leeds have fresher legs. So, no, I'm only going to back a draw. I'm going to say 1-1, which actually is still a really good result.
That's a scribble, Sophie. I had 1-1 written down,
2-2 again?
Which means 0-0 or 2-2, and I don't want to take the 0-0, so I'll take a 2-2.
Yeah.
Look, Leeds United have shown they can get goals. They've also shown they can be defensively tight, so when I think about it, they might win 2-1 or 1-0.
To be fair, I'd say I've been more impressed with them this season defensively than going forwards. But going forwards, the last couple of weeks, they've looked a little bit better because I was really concerned about their creativity, but they seem to have turned that around a little bit.
Leeds United have definitely found their shooting boots, and Calvert-Lewin looks a bit more like his old self.
Yeah, which is it's nice to see, actually.
But at the same time, Tottenham possess quality, and I think they'll come and make life difficult as well. So There you go, 1-1 and 2-2. Next up, Sophie, we go to Arsenal versus West Ham United under Nuno, who we need to come on to in a minute. But first of all, Sophie, Arsenal. We both said they had to beat Newcastle.
Yeah.
And they did. In fact, I predicted 2-1, so I got it right. Yeah. And what was crucial about that last-minute win is it was also in the same weekend where Liverpool lost. Liverpool lost to Palace, Sophie, which now means there's only 2 points between Arsenal and Liverpool. Arsenal need to keep sort of breathing down their necks. Yeah. They need to win this game. Sophie, let's talk about West Ham, who drew with Everton on Monday. We haven't spoke about the Nuno decision yet because it happened on Saturday.
Yeah.
What do you think? I mean, surely they're going to be a bit better defensively under Nuno now than Graham Potter. He's going to be. He's more pragmatic, isn't he?
He is. I did think the timing was a little bit weird because I thought you've got an international break coming up. Is that not a better time to do it? But it just seemed that the West Ham owners were like, we've seen enough. And maybe all the memes of Graham Potter was just a painful reminder he's still there, so they had to get rid, and they acted quite quickly. I thought the poor guy's just done a press conference the day before, then get sacked. But I did think that they'd bring in Nuno, and I think it's a good appointment.
I think it's a sensible one, but yeah, give him time. We'll find out a bit more. I'm not going to judge him on this one. Look, if West Ham can just make sure they don't lose horrifically, that's something, I guess.
I think they're going to lose.
Yeah, basically that's the point I'm making.
Yeah.
2-0 Arsenal.
That's annoying because I was feeling an Arsenal 2-0 win as well. I feel like there'll be more goals in it than just a 1-0, but I feel like they will keep a clean sheet as well. Do I think they've got 3 goals in them? Possibly, if West Ham still haven't sorted out their defence just yet. So I'll say Arsenal 3-0. I thought they showed great character coming back against Newcastle, doing it so late on. The pressure was on. They knew they needed to close the gap against Liverpool, and they did that. So fair play, and I feel like they're going to back it up with a good performance and a more comfortable win this time.
Yeah, I will mention that Arsenal are playing Olympiacos in the Champions League in midweek before this game. Not sure what bearing it'll have with Arsenal being the home team for both games as well. They won't have to do any travelling, but just thought I'd mention it. Sophie, next up, Manchester United versus Sunderland. I'm going to say it right here, right now. I genuinely think
Man United will finish lower than Sunderland.
I think it's more likely Man United would get relegated than Sunderland.
Wow, going all out.
No, do you know what? I mean,
look at where Sunderland are though in the table.
Yeah,
they're absolutely flying.
That was a great win at Forest. Yeah. We both said a draw, so we thought Sunderland would get something. But I tell you what, they just keep getting better, and it's hard to keep up with them, isn't it? You're trying to catch up with them and say, oh, they're quite good, and they've got even better again. You're like, oh god.
True.
They just look so solid defensively. The signings of Mukiele and Alderete. Going forwards, you've got Isidore, who's always a handful. The keeper, he's been great.
True.
So, I mean, I know it's away from home, but Sunderland have already won an away game now. I fancy them here. Man United, of course, they lost to Brentford last time. Fernandes missed a penalty, and he can't even blame the referee this time.
Not this time, it's all him.
Sophie, you're up first.
I think you know what I'm going to go for. Sunderland win.
Go on.
How can I not? They've just won away at Forest, and this is an easier game, to be honest. It's weird because watching Man United in the past couple of games, there was certain glimpses where you think, okay, maybe they're improving.
Yeah.
And then they do that against Brentford, and they just got torn apart, to be fair, on the counter. And I think the goalkeeper's positioning's not great. They do have some issues there, but defensively as well, woeful. Sunderland 2-1.
Damn it, that's a scribble.
You're going to say 2-1?
I'll go Sunderland 1-0 then.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go for Sunderland to manage this one. Let's go for it to be low scoring. Sunderland take their chance and they keep United out. I think Man United are very open defensively, and if Sunderland were to really go for it, they could probably score 3 or 4. But I think the main thing for Sunderland is you get out of here with the clean sheet, you're guaranteed to get something. And they've been really good defensively, haven't they?
Yeah, they have actually.
So there you go, 1-0 and 2-1.
Yeah, both backing them.
Share your thoughts. Next up, Sophie, we go to Chelsea versus Liverpool. Tasty.
It is tasty. I'm not sure where I'm going to go on this one.
No, I'm not sure. Chelsea have not been great lately.
No.
They're at home to Benfica in the Champions League before this one, but their Premier League results have been not great. They've lost to Man United and Brighton, and they've picked up red cards in both games. They need to improve that disciplinary.
Yeah.
Liverpool, they have been good this season, results-wise, but
Performance-wise, no.
performances haven't been great, and that all came to a head at Crystal Palace with that last-minute winner from Nketiah. It is really tricky, Sophie. I don't like going first for this one. I'm sensing it could be a draw, but if Liverpool draw this, that's a bad result because Arsenal will be catching up with them.
They'll have overtaken them if they lose. Oh no, if they draw.
If they draw,
they'll be level.
They'll be level on points. No, I've got to back Liverpool. I just think there's a bit more to them. Oh no, but the thing is, Sophie, Liverpool are going away to Galatasaray in the Champions League in midweek. That's away to Turkey. That's tricky as well. Oh God, I'm really not sure about this, but I will back Liverpool 2-1.
I was actually going to say 2-1, purely because I feel like in the Premier League, the Palace game, maybe it was a good thing. Maybe they needed that wake-up call because they've just been grinding out the wins, very, very close margins. They've been the one getting the late winner rather than conceding a late goal. And it seemed that they were just almost like comfortable. Like, well, we're getting the win, so continue like that. This time they didn't. They got done by a very good Palace side. So 1-0 Liverpool.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think I don't know if it will be low scoring. I fancied a 2-1. I'm just going to have to go Liverpool just to edge it, but I think they could have tired legs. Chelsea, not been great in the Premier League so far. As you said, their disciplinary record's not great. All kicked off after the game. Not sure what's happening after that, but it looked like Caicedo hit the poor fella. 1-0 Liverpool, just edge it.
1-0. Okay, we're both back in Liverpool, but as you can tell, we're not massively confident.
No.
That's a tricky one, isn't it? It could be a good game, but then it could also be a game where there's lots of tired legs and it could be a bit of an anticlimax. So we'll see. Share your thoughts. Next up, Sophie, let's go to Villa Park. Aston Villa take on Burnley. Is it going to be a relegation 6-pointer? Probably not, because Villa have got their first win now, and you would imagine they're going to start motoring away.
Building on that.
The thing is, Villa are in Europa League action on Thursday before this one. Burnley are not in midweek action. Burnley, look, they actually played all right against Man City for a while.
First half, yeah.
Yeah, Anthony has been a real handful.
Yeah, he's a good player.
He keeps scoring, but second half they just got swept away, which is no disgrace.
But Man City can do that to teams as well, so it's one of them.
Villa, though, as I say, they have improved. Ollie Watkins getting a goal, that was crucial.
Needed that.
John McGinn with a great goal, by the way, and he's got a couple of goals recently. Sophie, prediction?
It's tricky because at times Burnley can look all right. I know they've just played Man City and it's a very, very tricky game, but this is an easier game. But with Villa just getting their first win, I feel like confidence high. The players that needed goals, they did get a goal, mainly Ollie Watkins, so I think they could build from that. 1-0 though. I think it could be low scoring, 1-0 Villa.
I'll go 2-1.
Okay.
I'll give Jadon Anthony a goal. But Burnley have looked open at times, haven't they?
Yeah, they have, because it's weird. In certain games you're like, defensively pretty good. And then in other games you're like, not great defensively, but okay going forward. So they can't seem to get a good combination of the two. No.
I think Ollie Watkins will only get better now that he's got his goal. His confidence will grow.
Definitely.
And John McGinn, like I say, is pulling the strings. Buendia, he might pop up with a goal. What I will say though, Sophie, is if Burnley win this, then it opens things back up again. Burnley do need to try and get something from this game because they are falling behind, even though I have said they have had difficult games, to be fair. Sophie, next up, let's go to Everton versus Crystal Palace. This should be tasty, Sophie. Everton, of course, have not lost at the Hill Dickinson. A draw against West Ham on the Monday night coming into this one. Sophie, Crystal Palace, of course, what a win against Liverpool, and may I say, the commentary on that game was brilliant from Sky Sports. It captured the excitement of it. I mean, that was probably the best Premier League game this season. Palace was so good going forwards, At the same time, Liverpool were causing Dean Henderson lots of problems, but he made loads of great saves.
Great keeper.
I just think Palace are brilliant. Like, they're on a massive unbeaten run.
18-game unbeaten run.
And they've won the FA Cup, they've won the Community Shield, and they haven't got Eze anymore, but they still look fantastic. Tricky though, Sophie, because Palace now will come into this on the back of playing a Conference League game on Thursday, so the schedule is very busy. Can they keep the unbeaten run going? I'm going to say yes. 1-1.
This is so tricky because Everton have been good at home, but then Palace have just been good in general. I don't think Palace will lose this one. I think at worst a draw. But how can they go from beating Liverpool to then not beating Everton?
Well, it's away from home, isn't it, Sophie?
It is, but I still think they'll do it. And I think it's going to be the same score again. 2-1 Palace.
Oh.
Yeah, flying.
Genuine question.
Title contenders. Is that what you're going to ask me?
Where can they get? What's realistic? Is top 4 possible?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, top spot is also possible.
Win the league.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? What about Everton? I mean, top 8?
Possibly, yeah, because they have got some really good players, and that's why I feel a little bit hard going against them. But it's just how good Palace are at the moment. So. And they're doing it against really, really good teams. And at the moment, the team that Everton have got for a long time, best team in years.
Yeah, I tell you what, I really hope Everton and Palace do perform well for the whole of this season, because
spices it up a bit.
The more teams like this as well, and Bournemouth and Sunderland, that we get in the top 10, then it pushes Man United even further down the table.
Not just them. It's nice to see other teams not doing as good.
Exactly. We're balanced on this channel. Next up, Sophie, we go to Newcastle United versus Nottingham Forest. Sophie, Newcastle lost agonisingly to Arsenal last time.
Yeah.
They're just struggling to get going. They're like a car in the winter, and you're like turning it and it won't get going.
It's like your car.
Yeah, well, I did have car problems, but I tell you what, it will start up eventually. I wonder if it will against Forest, because Forest are struggling, aren't they?
Yeah, that's weird.
They're both going to come into this on the back of playing in Europe. Newcastle go away to Union St Gillowy. Forest are at home, to be fair, in the Europa League to Midtjylland, I think. Oh gosh, Sophie, you are up first for this one.
Yeah, it's both teams that I expected to be doing better than they are, almost struggling to a degree. I usually like both sides at home, but this season their home form hasn't been impeccable, so maybe I'll go for a share of the spoils. I'll go for a 1-1. I wouldn't be surprised if Newcastle won this. I'd be quite surprised if Forest did, but I think maybe they can get a draw, so 1-1.
I'm a little bit surprised by that.
You thought I'd go home side?
Well, I think I'm gonna.
Yeah, that's fair.
Look, to be fair, I think Forest have still got the quality in this team to be in the top 10 easily this season. And Ange, if he gets things right, he could be very good. But the early signs aren't great. I'm a believer in giving a manager time, but it's just not looking good at all, is it? I mean, some of these results and some of these performances. So I'm going to go 2-1 Newcastle, and maybe that'll get their season going. But for Forest, they need some points, don't they?
Yeah, it's really weird because I can see this one either ending 1-1 or Newcastle actually turning up and it being like 3-0. Well, there's no in between for me.
No.
So it doesn't look good for Forest, but a draw on the road would be a good result.
Yeah. Okay, well, you're going 1-1, I'm going 2-1 Geordies. Next up, Sophie, we go to Molineux as Wolves take on Brighton. Wolves, Sophie, they did get their first Premier League point last time, but it should have been 3.
Should have been 3.
They were leading at Spurs, and it's a wicked João Palhinha equaliser to get Spurs a point. I think you've still got to try and take the positives, but the way you do that is by building on it and getting something here. But it's going to be difficult.
Do that against Brighton.
Well, you never know, Sophie. Wolves could win.
I think I know.
But I think I'm going to back Brighton.
Yeah.
No, this is the Premier League. Don't start saying it as if Wolves don't have a chance. They're going to start winning eventually.
I don't think they have much of a chance.
No.
Yeah, they might start winning, but it's not going to be up against Brighton. They are flying at the moment.
Yeah, great 3-1 win at Chelsea last time. I know there was a red card, but Brighton looked great. Danny Welbeck, of course, loves scoring. Let's give him a goal. 2-0 Brighton. As much as I've tried to defend Wolves in our little monologue here, I'm not going to back them to beat Brighton. Let's just see what happens. Go for Brighton. I'm
going to go for another Brighton 3-1 win. I do think Wolves might get on the clean sheet. They'll be absolutely gutted to not get the 3 points against Spurs, but that's kind of the story of their season so far. But it's still a point. It's still a point. Maybe they can build on it. Not this game though. I really fancy Brighton. 3-1.
3-1. Okay, we're both back in the Seagulls. Sophie, the final game then is between Brentford and Manchester City. Sophie, Man City, great 5-1 win against Burnley last time. All of the goals came right towards the end.
Yeah.
Haaland getting a brace. They are going away from home in the Champions League in midweek, which does mean they'll be travelling around a lot before they travel to this one. Brentford, not to be underestimated, great 3-1 win against Manchester United last time. Really happy with Kelleher saving the penalty from Bruno. And Igor Thiago, he's looking very good, isn't he?
He is, yeah.
A couple of goals for him. What are we saying for this one, Sophie?
I think a goal fest, you know.
Well, you're up first. What are you saying?
3-2 Man City. I think there could be quite a few goals. Man City this season, they've looked quite open defensively. Bar Donnarumma is a very good goalkeeper, but I mean, he's the last line of defence, and if your defensive line before that isn't as consistent, it's not always on the goalkeeper. So I feel like they could concede a couple, but they've got enough going forward for me that they're going to outscore Brentford. So I think there could be a few goals, but Man City get the win over the line, 3-2.
Oh, I like that. Do you know what? Let's back Brentford to get a draw.
Oh, wow.
2-2.
Oh, okay, I like that.
And that would be quite a damaging result for Man City, actually.
It would.
They have to win.
Surprising, I guess not.
No, it wouldn't be a massive surprise because Brentford are good. I know a lot of us were sort of slightly worried in the summer. Some people were really worried about some of their transfer activity.
I was worried.
But I think Keith Andrews is proving himself. They've proved that they've still got enough quality, and I think they could get something. So yeah, 2-2.
I like that.
There you go. Right, that wraps up our predictions, guys. Be sure to share your predictions down in the comments. Make sure to copy and paste from the description and comment them down below. Make sure to drop a like on the video. Make sure to subscribe as well. It really helps the channel, so go on, hit that button. It's free and really helps us. Make sure to check out Match Bingo as well, the first link in the description. And Sophie, thank you so much for joining me. We will be back with Premier League predictions after the international break.
Perfect. Just got to wait a few weeks.
Take care, everyone. Peace out.